What are you doing? Like, sometimes I think there's a woman up there who has, she's so wide set, she's literally bigger than the radius of the new EMP. You know what I'm saying? And she's got some sort of industrial fucking drill hammer vibrator she's using. Because, I mean, you've got to be finished with construction at this point. It's been months. What are you constructing? What are you doing? It's got to be an industrial vibrator, I'm telling you. And for some reason, she's plowing herself with it on the floor. I don't. Every day, man. What are they doing? Upstairs neighbors, man. Jesus. I don't know what they're doing up there, man. Oh, we got Jason. All right, cool. Let's not go Roach Hydra Muta this game. That was actually not a bad game, to be honest. It's just crazy how hard he pushes into it. A lot of players do that because Terran is so like set on what they're doing often before the game starts. Where you're like, well, you've seen roaches, you'll sit back now. And like 90% of Terran players are like, they don't really respond to roaches at the moment. And these are Terrans who are all way better than me. But they are like strategically actually making the wrong choice. Where it's like, no, being flexible, ditching your plan, being a little inefficient to play the right way is actually better. But a lot of players, I think, are they see Roach Ravager and they go, cool, let's headbutt into that. Especially if you're playing one factory tank, it's a really dangerous way to play. So I'm really enjoying Roach play at the moment. I do want to play Roach Hydra here. Or Roach Infester into Hydra. Because it's fucking fun. And yeah. I'm gonna put 2 Overlords on his side of the map, by the way. So the reason I'm going 2 Overlords on his side is because, and I'm also gonna put some in the middle. I'm hoping there's no Viking. I feel like probably won't be a Viking. If there is, we'll react. We'll pull back Overlords. But that sort of play is pretty rare. So I just want to have the ability to poke in from both sides with my scouting. To kind of see everything. The jackhammer's a real turn on, for sure. Nothing excites me more than a large mechanical device drilling. Gets me very randy. I guess to each their own. Everybody can enjoy different things. Are you guys arguing the last line of Mean Girls right now? Is that what you're debating right now? The limit is infinite or some shit? I just glanced at chat and there's people arguing about which direction the limit can approach one from. Is that what you guys are actually talking about? It's amazing if so.
You're engaging the opponent. God save your greatest. Wheels ready. Burning to the ground part of the plan.
So I did go for the hatch pretty early. I should have sent those lings across the map, to be honest. I mean, we're doing it now. It's a little late, I think. I guess we just chill in the middle of the map, and then we can come from behind when link speed kicks in. Means we can't guard the creep tumor though, so good. Oh, link speed's not going to be done for a long time as well, so what are we doing? Okay.
God save your gracious.
Oh, fuck me. Misclick of the century there.
Evolution complete. Queen's ready. Find a hatchery to inject. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. You're engaging the opponent.
It's looking like BC. Might be BC into bio.
You have a new queen. Those hatcheries...
Yeah, it's BC. Cool. BC's gonna come in from an annoying angle, most likely.
Queen's ready. Find a hatchery to inject. You're engaging the opponent. Jealous of your lovely creep tumors. God save your gracious queen.
I hear you drilling.
Your forces are taking damage. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Your creep tumors are under attack. Build that fleshy mass of terror somewhere else. Queens, your forces are taking damage. Your creep tumors are being destroyed. You spent so long spreading those. Mineral field depleted. Your Zerg are now extra terrifying. Wow, you mined all those minerals already. Look at you. Your Zerg have evolved and started a... Queen's ready. Find a hatchery to inject. Better, smarter, faster, bitier.
15 more drones.
God save your gracious queen. You have a new queen. Those hatcheries won't inject themselves. You are fresh out of minerals at that base. Out of minerals.
So let's try and babysit these,
Your creep tumors are being destroyed. You spent so long spreading those. Mineral field depleted. You've evolved the swarm. How forward-thinking of you. Your creep tumors are under attack. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Out of minerals, idle workers are so untidy. Do you think that upgrading that swarm of death beasts was wise? Queen's ready. Find a hatchery to inject. That unit has mutated into something even more unpleasant. It's the fight you've all been waiting for. I remember when this was all minerals. Now look at it. Out of minerals. You're engaging when this was all minerals. Now look at it. Evolution complete. Wow, you mined all those minerals already. Look at you. Mineral field depleted. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Don't just stand there, shoot back! It's the fight you've all been waiting for! Idle workers are so untidy. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Wow, you mined all those minerals already. Drop everything, your units are getting killed. Those explosions you hear, that's your base being flattened. Your army has encountered the enemy. You're engaging the opponent. Massacre, bloodbath, carnage, butchery! Those have families! Evolution. Massacre, bloodbath, carnage, butchery! You're engaging the opponent. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Massacre, bloodbath, carnage, butchery! Drop everything, your units are getting killed! The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Those savages are ruining your Drop everything! Your units are getting killed! You are fresh out of minerals at that base. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Your army has encountered the enemy. Your army has encountered the enemy. Don't just stand there, shoot back! Your forces are taking damage. Mineral field depleted. That geyser is done. Your workers have lost their purpose in life. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Your base has some uninvited guests. Drones have many natural predators. Look, here they come now. Wow, you mind all those minutes? The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Your forces are taking damage. Wow, you mined all those minerals already. Look at you. Your army has encountered the enemy. Mineral field depleted. If you don't protect your drones, how can we trust you with the fun stuff? I remember when this was all minerals. Now look at it. The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair. Those explosions you hear, that's your base being flattened.
More drones? To that, we're going to go for some more drones, and then a few more drones.
You are fresh out of minerals at that base. Drop everything! Your units are getting killed! Mutation complete. Don't just stand there, shoot back! I remember when this was all minerals. Now look at it. Out of minerals. That geyser is fresh out of gas. Evolution complete.
Because he forces such a multitasking war, it's
Out of mutation complete.
fucking stressful, I tell you guys. It feels good to win, but one of these things where he's so happy to take inefficient trades as long as he just keeps expanding and doing
Guys are
more
exhausted.
overall,
It needs a long nap.
that I need to kind of match him. And it gets so hard to keep up. Thankfully, we see that I added a lot more static
Guys are empty. Time to
to
move
stop
your
run
expansion.
bys,
You did expand, right?
because we know this, like, I went up to 90 drones nice and early, and I just had the money early enough. I pushed my early economy hard enough as well. I scouted that it was BCs, and I built spores very late. And then I overcommitted to spores. And even though he did end up catching those queens in the open, because I chased him down a little bit too much away from my spores, which I shouldn't do, I ended up killing one of his first BCs because of that, and that ended up being very, very, very big. And then I killed the next BC in the first engagement over here after that, where I abducted it, which is really good, because otherwise there's points where you have like lots of lurkers, quite a lot of roaches, not that many hydras, and you end up just getting ruined because the BCs come in and suddenly there's 3 BCs in a mineral line and you've only got 1 spore and they kill it and you're like, I've only got 12 hydras or 15 hydras on the map. That can't beat 3 BCs. Try to get over there. They go up into a different base. They start killing tech, and those 3 BCs essentially win the game, even though you've got everything you need against the ground army. So I talk about this a lot, but I want to talk a little bit about it one more time. And that's the idea of a dumping hotkey. So basically there's a thing in StarCraft called control group stealing. So if you go into your hotkeys menu, you go global control groups, you've got your normal create control group, which is normally control 1, control 2, control 3. Select control group, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add to control group, shift 1, shift plus 2, shift plus 3. Adding to the control groups. And that's what most people use. You'll notice I don't use those at all. I've actually totally rebound to these. Ignore the fact that I'm using very weird hotkeys for it. Essentially what I've done though is basically I've made a control group, one of those, which I don't even usually select off almost ever. And that is full stop for me because I use the core, I use the right hand side of the keyboard. Now, the way to set this up basically on my beautiful K70 RGB MK2 keyboard, oh look at that, is basically, thanks Corsair, this is a new keyboard, I spilled coffee on my other one. Basically by just pressing full stop, I don't even need to use control or a modifier. It actually steals units onto that control group. So what it does is it takes them off my army control groups and throws them into a void. And I never plan to actually select them off that control group. But the reason it's kind of important and the reason it's useful is because if you think about it, that allows me to send backstabs off. So if we look at my control groups, obviously my control groups don't line up because I use a very weird specific setup. I use the core. It's a very weird set. That's why I'm using the right-hand side of the keyboard as well. Yep, that's how I play. It's not for most people. But basically we have one army, which is Lurkers and Hydras, and I have secondary army control group, which is the Vipers. Now I also have a defense squad. So if he's split pushing, we send these guys off onto a different control group. The thing is, if I want to send Lurkers off, it's hard to have a control group ready to put them on, especially when I'm splitting off individual units. So what I kept doing is I kept actually going, you move there, queue up burrow, and then I can either go deselect with a shift click, and then I can remake my control group. That's the basic bitch way of doing it. And you can see my control group now when I select it, doesn't involve that lurker, and it's queued to burrow there. So it'll go and do that. I don't need to look at it. Hands off the keyboard, hands off the mouse. Cool, we've got harassment. So you try to just send these off to tax your opponent's APM, keep forcing them to react and deal with these problems everywhere. You're really taxing them, making it hard for them to focus on their army, trying to keep them off all these expansions, that sort of thing. So an even easier way to do that, rather than having to do that control shift, is I can literally just go there, burrow, full stop. Go there, burrow, full stop. Go there, burrow, full stop. Notice none of these lurkers, if I reselect my army, none of those are control group, and they've all just been told to burrow. How do they do that? Number one, we burrowed on the minimap. Number two, we press that dumping hotkey. So we set up a hotkey where it's not control plus, let's say control 0, you don't use it, guys. Let's say you don't use the 0 control group, number 10. So basically you make it so you just press, let's say caps lock. Say you don't use caps lock for anything when you play StarCraft. Just press caps lock. You make it so caps lock creates control group 0. Any unit you select, and then you press that caps lock key. For me, it's full stop. And that is stolen. Okay?
You are fresh out of minerals at that base.
See? Stolen. It's not on the army. So caps lock. Oh, it's not on there. So this is a really cool idea. If you guys want to set up a nice way of reorganizing your units, removing them from your control groups, and kind of setting up a nice system, if you're into that sort of stuff, hopefully you guys can utilize that. It might help you out. GG's. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you, everybody. We've had a few new supporters on the Patreon. I love you guys. I want to say a big thank you. Hope you're all enjoying the Pig show as well. Really enjoying bringing those shows to you guys. We're looking at getting a laser on later this week. So, yeah, don't forget to keep supporting in whatever way you can. I know it's a trying time. Hope you're enjoying a lot of content. And at this time, when everyone's stuck in home, just a heads up, we have reduced ads on all YouTube videos for the next few months as a bit of an experiment saying, hey, are people more willing to watch longer? Obviously, a lot of your ad block, but I'm hoping you guys whitelist my YouTube videos and turn your ad block off when you watch them. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. Basically, we're doing like less than half of the ads that we used to do on YouTube. So while you guys are sitting at home, locked up, watching lots of YouTube, hopefully you guys can enjoy the couple of months of less ads. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. GG's.